Hey everyone, my name is Annabelle Mihangos. Thank you so much for checking out this video. And today, we finally got it. We got Traffic Secrets by Russel Brunson. This completes a trilogy. There was .com Secrets, there's Expert Secrets, and now Traffic Secrets. This is a great book. I haven't finished reading it, and we're going to be reading it together. I'm going to be making a video every single chapter that I read or every single secret that I read because there's a lot of secrets in here. So I want to go ahead and take a deep dive into every single secret that Russell shares with us in this book. If you want to pick up a copy for yourself so you can read it along with us if you want, you can go ahead and check out the link in the description. There's going to be a free plus shipping offer over there so you can get the book for free. You can buy it yourself on Amazon for $25, or you can just pay the shipping on this link over here on the description box. So check it out if you want to check out the book as well. If you've read .com Secrets or Expert Secrets, you know the value that Russell puts in these books. It's incredible. And so far I've only read the foreword, the introduction, and also the first secret. And that's what we're going to be diving in today. So the premise of this book is really all about creating evergreen marketing strategies. And this is extremely important because as a digital marketer, I know that things that are working right now may not necessarily work next month or next year. And if you've been in the game for quite some time now, you understand this too. Regardless of the marketing strategies that you're currently implementing in your business, you know that things that are working right now are not going to work, are most likely not going to be working next month or next year, and things that worked last month, last year, are not necessarily working today. So it's all about adapting and changing and modifying with the times. But of course, the most important thing is that you have the foundation set, because the foundation and the marketing principles shared in this book and Traffic Secrets, they're evergreen. Regardless of the times, regardless of the year, regardless of the social media platforms out there, you're still going to be able to apply these principles into your marketing strategy to create traffic. And that's ultimately the fuel and the lifeblood of a funnel or of a website. If you build an awesome funnel, if you build an awesome website, it doesn't matter if no one's actually going to it, right? So that's the whole idea of this book. And the very first secret that Russell shares with us is your dream customer. And if you read .com Secrets, if you read Expert Secrets, then you know about this concept already. One of the examples that Russell shares with us, and if you know Russell Brunson, if you've been following his content for a while, you know that he loves telling stories. The first story that he shares with us in the first secret of this book of Traffic Secrets is that he talks about how there's two executives. I believe they have a hair salon or a nail salon or something like that. They go to some kind of salesperson that they're going to buy some products for their store, and the two executives keep mentioning that Alexis is not going to be liking these products. Alexis may not necessarily like the color of the hair dye or something like that. And the salesman gets frustrated and says, "Who is this Alex or Alexis? I believe her name is. Who is this Alexis? Shouldn't she be here? Is she the decision maker for the company?" And the two executives just start laughing and they say, "No, Alexis is actually an imaginary person." And the two executives walk the salesman over to another room, and in that room on a wall they have different pictures of what the executives believe Alexis could potentially look like. So a lot of people may think that this is crazy, but it's actually very, very beneficial for you and your business. And one of the things that this allowed the two executives is that now they know exactly what their dream customer is going to like. And they base all of their marketing decisions, all their business and sales decisions and strategies around this dream customer. So if they know that their dream customer, or this Alexis, is not going to be liking a certain color, or is not going to like a certain marketing campaign, or is not going to be attracted to a certain something, they're not going to do it. They're only going to do things that their dream customer is going to like because they're focused. They're laser focused on providing value to that specific person or that specific group. And this is essentially the value that is the dream customer. Once you know exactly who you're targeting, then you can mold essentially all the strategies in your business around that specific thing. And the beauty of it is that once your business starts growing, let's say for example you're a solopreneur right now, you're on your own, you're starting to build your business right now, and you're on your own. Once you start getting to the point where you have teams, or if you have other people, other employees in your business, and they have leadership positions in your business, you can share with them the framework for your dream customer, and then they can go off and make decisions for your business based off of your dream customer as well. So it's extremely powerful stuff. I remember in .com Secrets or Expert Secrets, one of those two, so those are the only other two books, but Russell mentions that actually assigning like physical and visual elements to your dream customer is extremely powerful as well. So he actually recommends going into magazines, newspapers and different articles online or whatever it takes to cut things out so that way you can actually visually see what your dream customer could look like. And it's not just like an age range, it's not just like generic demographics that you may find on Facebook ads, but more specifics, like what kind of car would they drive, what kind of color hair would they have, what is their fashion sense, things like that. It may seem arbitrary to you, but all of those things play a role in the psychology, I guess you can call it, of your dream customer. And the more you know of your dream customer, the better way you can target them and form different strategies to reach them. And also he mentions this thing right here. Let's see if you can see it. The three, what is it called? The three core markets desires, which is health, wealth, and relationships. So pretty much regardless of your product or service, it can be in one of these three and should only be in one of these three. So if you believe that your product can be aligned with all three of them, it's a lot better for you to just choose one, the greatest one, for your product or service. And the reason for that is because if you create strategies to basically target different people in these different groups, if you have an Alexis, let's say for example, if you have a dream customer in health, but then you have another dream customer in wealth, another one in relationships, it can just ultimately just create confusion. They may cross paths, and it's just going to create chaos. It's a lot better to simplify and a lot better to focus in on just one of them and then create a lot of strategies around that one. So another example is Gillette, the razors. Instead of creating marketing campaigns for health and wealth, which you could possibly make marketing campaigns for health and wealth, instead the marketing executives and the team over at Gillette, they decided to focus on relationships, how men that use Gillette razors have a closer shave and they ultimately get the girl, and the girl goes back to the guy's house, things like that. So they're targeting people who want better relationships, and if you want a better relationship, then you're going to be using Gillette razors. So those are things that Russell talks about. So regardless of your product or business or service, you want to make sure that you choose one of those three, which is health, wealth, and relationships. Create formulas and marketing strategies that targets your dream customer in that specific area and that specific desire. And also one of the other things that he mentions is the direction that people go in. It's starting off in pain, and they're seeking pleasure. They want to get rid of that pain. And just so you can see exactly the visual representation, again, if you've seen .com secrets or if you've read expert secrets, then you know that Russell loves making these illustrations in his books. So this is the illustration. You can see that it's pain and the person that's going away from pain into pleasure. He breaks it down on how people really only like going in this direction. It's very rare, I guess you could say, that people will go in the opposite direction. They'll most likely go in that direction unknowingly. So people will always seek to solve their problems. And in some situations, they may not even realize that they have a problem. So in your marketing strategy, it could also be that you're explaining the problem, and then that way almost creating like a revelation and helping them move towards the pleasure through your product or service. And the very last thing that he talks about, that Russell talks about in this chapter, in this secret, is the searcher and the scroller, which is this last part over here, if you can see it. The searcher and the scroller. Basically, the searcher is a person that already knows about their problem, and they're actively going on the internet or they're looking on some other platform, whichever it may be, and they're searching for their solution. So one of the greatest examples that I can give you right now is the solar industry. There's a lot of people out there that are actively looking for solar, right? So they're putting solar on their home. So there's people that actively are researching this. They're going on Google, Yahoo, Bing, whatever. They're looking for these solutions because they realize that their electricity bills are going up like crazy and they will continue to go up. But there's also people that have no idea that it's a problem. They are not looking for solar, but they're seeing that their electricity bill is going up, but they don't fully recognize as solar as a solution. So these are the two distinctions. There's someone that's actively searching for it, searcher, and there's someone that's scrolling through their social media profile. Maybe they're just scrolling through the internet on Google or Bing or Yahoo, whatever. And the scroller is basically, if you want to target the scroller, which may not necessarily know that there's a problem and may not necessarily recognize your product or service as a solution to that problem, you're going to be targeting scrollers. And scrollers, in order for you to target them, you basically have to create an interruption, a pattern interrupt. And a way that Russell explains this is actually door knocking. And it's a very common strategy for different industries. The solar is one of them. home alarm securities, pest control, things like that. It's very common for people to go door knocking. And he uses an example about how you can go door knocking or have someone arrive at your door. You may not necessarily expect them. You're not expecting someone to knock on your door and give you a sales pitch. But when you do, or when they do give you that sales pitch, you start seeing the value of the product or service that they're offering. They propose something to you, and you immediately right then and there, or within a couple of follow-ups, you agree to the product or service and they make the sale. And the whole idea of you not expecting it, you weren't looking for it, it was an interruption in your day that they knocked on your door. And because of that, it went through a process that ultimately ended up in a sale. That physical element or that physical process of door knocking can be replicated in the digital world. And that is done through ads. Let's say, for example, on Facebook or Instagram, when you're scrolling through your feed, all of a sudden you see a sponsored advertisement. And that sponsored advertisement is an interruption in your regular process of just scrolling, right? That's why marketers do their very best to make it as attractive as possible to make you want to stop your scrolling and see what that sponsored ad is all about. So there's those two things. There's a searcher, someone that's actively searching, and in order for you to target these people, you're gonna have to use SEO, search engine optimization, and some keywords. Find the keywords that they're using and target them through their searches. And there's also the scrollers who are just going throughout their daily life and may not necessarily be looking for your product or service, but because you interrupt them in their daily activities and now they're seeing the value in your product or service, then the sale can happen that way. So those are the two ways that you can think about it. There's a searcher and a scroller. So those are pretty much all the elements in this first secret that Russel Brunson talks about. The very next secret, I believe, if I remember correctly, actually, I'm just going to scroll to it or flip to it so that way I can show you exactly. Secret number 2 is where are they hiding? The Dream 100. So again, if you've read .com secrets, if you've read expert secrets, this may not necessarily be something new, but the way that he explains it in this chapter, I can already tell because it's a lot longer than there was in .com secrets and expert secrets. Russell's gonna break it down even more, and he's actually gonna go into greater depth to talk about the Dream 100 to see exactly how you can start building your Dream 100 and take advantage of it, get known without having to have an incredible ad budget, which is really, really important right now nowadays. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. I hope you join me for episode 2, which is secret number 2 of Traffic Secrets by Russel Brunson. And until next time, actually, make sure to subscribe. Again, as a reminder, if you want to get a copy of this book, it's still a free plus shipping offer. There's only a limited amount of copies out there right now. So if you want to take advantage of the free plus shipping offer, go ahead and click on the link in the description. And until next time, have a fantastic day, everyone.